Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Hand of Fate 2. In the previous episode, we defeated the Moon, gaining the golden token in the process by gaining every conspirator we could. And in this episode, we'll be taking on the Sun. You must infiltrate the Emperor's palace and kill him. Empire, prepare for combat against the strongest Empire soldiers. Confined space. The confines of the sewers don't allow you to bring along loadout cards. You'll need to find equipment along the way. Yes, we are not able to prepare with supplies, so we're not gonna have any extra food on us. Or anything else. As for encounters, well, as you can see, I already tried this challenge and I failed on the first level, because luck was not with me. We also can't choose our companion, but there's a reason for that. For encounters, I recommend anything that can give you food, gold, equipment, and a little bit of curse removal for the third floor, because you're probably going to need it. Equipment, anything that can give you an advantage against the Empire, maybe things that can reveal cards, because that will be useful. I highly recommend the Peeler. You're going to need it. Lionheart's always good if you can get it. And beyond that, well, that's about all I can think of. Ooh, though I have just realized something. I should probably get rid of one thing and exchange it for Armor of Gluttony, if I can get a hold of it. Alright, without further ado, let's get this started.
Now we come to the moment. An emperor must die.
General Flint Hollow has provided you with a secret route into the Emperor's palace. Unfortunately, it takes you straight through the city's sewers. As you wade through the grime and muck of an entire civilization, the voice of the Hermit echoes once more in your mind. You must kill the Emperor, but that will change little. Kill one, and another will take his place. Yet all of this will guide you to the place where you can make a real change. You are coming closer and closer to the moment when things are no longer determined for you. Dun dun dun! You take comfort in the presence of your companions and call one to your side. Yes, we have access to all of our companions for this encounter, but we can only have one at a time. For the sewers, I'd recommend Kolbjorn, because we are going to need his dice. Kolbjorn joins you. He examines your surroundings. We cannot afford to linger. The watermarks on the wall suggest that soon we will be drowned. Yeah, we have 40 moves to escape. There are certain things that can happen that can decrease those further, and backtracking also takes moves. So, be very careful in your choices. I recommend going up first, because from here it's the only way to get up there, and there is a chance that the hatch could be there. You also are going to want to be prepared to fight some corrupted down here. You trip over some refuse in the sewers. You try not to look at it too closely. You regain your footing. The water continues to rise around you. See what I mean? Block passage. We can ask Kolbjorn to help us with this, which will reduce the dice gambit. And we can continue to do this as much as we need to and not have to worry about the moves to flooding, unless we fail, I believe. Yeah, you're gonna want to be careful with that. Because if you waste too much time on this...
Back to the bones. I hope you have learned to be their master.
Because if you waste too much time on this, then you're never going to make it out.
You are learning.
Alright, I think that's low enough that we can get it with the Dice Gambit. Yes, it is. Oh, Waterfall of Youth, yes. If I can get a success, I'll get some food that I desperately need. Every time. But some food's better than no food.
Death lurks beneath the waters.
Oh, so close. That's around the time you're meant to get it.
What an unfortunate time for your skills to leave you.
Oh, shut up. You shouldn't be laughing. If I fail, then I can never help you.
I wish you no harm, yet we will do what we must.
I could have sworn that at some point in the game, the corrupted were more aggressive and slightly more intelligent. At least in their AI. Because, well, I mean, just come on. These guys are kind of pathetic. I get they're supposed to be essentially zombies, but still. Whoever these poor souls were before the Blight, they still cling to vestiges of their former life. I can take the Dazzling Blade. Can't use it yet. The Assassin's Blades. Or the Bullseye. I think I'll take the Dazzling Blade. And gain some gold. A lot of gold. Find the hatch marked with the bronze sun that signifies the way out of the sewers. Okay, we found our way out. The question is, do we continue to explore and potentially gain some more resources? We've got plenty of moves until it floods. But we do have to keep in mind that even if we get onto here, if it's at 0, we lose. Believe me, I learned that one the hard way. I think I'm going to stay here for a little bit.
I've said my piece on gnomes. The company you kept to get you here is strange indeed.
Aw. Just kinda hoping we get the peeler for free.
Great heroes bore great swords, swords of legend and myth. You, of course, have this. I'm not a vain man. You must appreciate that the game, this game, has been my focus for more years than I can count. I have a certain pride regarding its twists and turns.
Blocked passage. Let's head back. And a blocked passage. You know what? None of this was worth it. Let's just get out of here. Also, I just realized I am completely out of food. Oh joy!
And so we reach out of the sewers and into the prisons, ascending one step at a time from the filth of the world with our eyes on the glory beyond.
You emerge from the sewers into the cells of the palace's prison. The land's most reviled enemies rot here. The Emperor unwillingly, or perhaps unable, to end their misery with execution. You survey your surroundings. The courtyard to the Emperor's chambers are just through that door. To leave this prison, you'll need the jailer's keys. I think for this we might actually want Malacalypse. Well, that was a waste. Okay, if I go towards the visible enemies with the lock chest, I am guaranteed supplies, but not guaranteed equipment. Unguarded equipment guarantees me equipment, but not supplies. I need supplies more than anything right now. And because we're going up against Frost, I'm going to go with the sword and shield. You approach the men with the chest. They drop their cargo and draw their blades, saying, Slanus said no witnesses.
We could have simply walked away, but no!
Now, technically, that wasn't actually an option for us. Alright, let's take care of the other anarchists before they start hitting me from across the way. Oh, now that's just not fair.
Thank you!
Nope, there was one more. Thought I got them all. Okay then, here's hoping I get some good amounts of food. Oh, joy, gold. Well, at least I can use that to buy some food. But this also means I'm not going to have any curse removal for the next floor.
All forms of violence dwell here.
You feel the crunch of bones beneath your feet, and you recognize the stench of an ogre's lair. Boil thou first, I the special pot, or pluck the flesh from bone as it still breathes. An ogre lurches menacingly from the darkness, a hideous grin splitting its face. Thy smell warms my stomach with mirth, dear little mouse. Bring it on.
I'll have you know my friend here is still far better than you.
Beat him with a riposte. Never seen that happen.
Show your worth through action.
The bloody remains strewn about the ogre's lair may have something of value. Okay, you search the corpse of a long disemboweled northerner yields a useful item. Alright, gain back some of that max life I lost. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. Here? Yes. Come on, I need this. I mean, I know I'm not currently desperate for food, but more never hurts. Oh, that is so nice. So, so nice.
Not the keys to the kingdom, perhaps, but enough.
The jailer looks genuinely surprised to see you in his prison. What in the Emperor's name are you doing down here? I need you to hand over those keys. You attempt to persuade the jailer to hand over his keys without bloodshed. Ooh. Let's try that again. And land on the exact same card. What hope do I have against a warrior as skilled as you? Just me on my own with no help from my guards! 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 Well, at least I got some weapons to deal with that. The jailer. To guard the worst Imperial prisoners is a job for the toughest of souls. Okay. Okay, General's down. He's no longer a threat. Not too difficult to fight if you take them out systematically. You take the large ring of keys from the jailer's corpse. You can now open the locked doors. Gain 4 fame.
So much death here. It leaves behind so much that is tainted and unclean.
A sudden drop in temperature stops you in your path. You glance over at Malakalypse as your breath turns to fog. We're in the presence of a shade, your companion whispers. Such vibrant souls, hisses a voice in the dark. I will feast on your essences for years. Ugh. That sent chills up my spine. And despite the fact that we've encountered several of them, Shade, spurned on eternally by rage and sorrow. Shouldn't be spurred on? No, whatever. Oh, no you don't. You're not stealing my life from me. Worried there for a bit. Though granted, I still have a ways to go. You search the Shade's previous victims for anything of value. Teamwork. Fast ally ability. Your companion ability cooldown charges 20% faster. Ooh. And some gold. Now I could go through the locked door, but I could always just backtrack around and take a safer route. I've got enough food to last me. Yes, some other things might be nice, like actually getting my companion up. Oh, it's Thomas. Yeah, alright. I'm thinking this one. Nope.
That will set you in good stead from here.
I mean, yeah, I would have preferred the peeler, but oh well. Should I try and finish this? We've still got some time. Stairs out of the prison lead to the palace courtyard.
Here we are, at the very edge of the seat of power. At least, the seat of power for this, oh so mortal realm.
Palace courtyard stretches out in front of you. Malakalypse leans in close to you. If this suicide mission has any hope of succeeding, we're going to need something from the Emperor's private collection. Estrella interrupts. It is a sword, an ancient relic from before this land was won. My sources tell me it is here. What's wrong with what we've got? Ariadne says, motioning to her weapon. There ain't nothing in this land that can withstand my hammer. Kolbjorn nods solemnly. The Emperor's evil warps and protects him. We cannot hope to stab the devil in the heart with a butter knife. Malakalypse says, don't these relics sound like the ones we rescued for the Imperials? Estrella peers around the corner. This place is teeming with guards. We can't risk open fighting in this part of the palace. We'd be surrounded before we got anywhere near the Emperor. If we sneak up on the patrolling guards, we can take them out without a fight, but we must avoid being discovered. It's not too difficult to get around. If you move onto a card with a guard, then you take them out. But if they move onto the card with you, then you'll end up having to fight them. So, be careful. You catch a guard sleeping and slip past unnoticed. And that right there is to teach you. Now, This is very important. This is where the golden token comes into play. In order to acquire it, you need to get all 4 of the relics. That is the only way to get the golden token. However, that means you have to deal with the curses. It's kind of why having some curse removal was important and why I was upset that we got them on the last floor. Torrens Plate. We get gremlins. Lose equipment whenever you... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Really? That's the first thing we get? Yeah, why not? And of course, it's a perfect roll. Peasant's Son, that's a new one for me. You know what? I know this is probably going to go well over the time limit, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to finish it in the one run. Hopefully. Darn it, I hate it when I have a sneeze building up and then nothing. Ugh. Especially during the recording. Alright, well, that was easy. Oh boy. Brittle Bones. The effect of all pain cards are applied twice until the next map. Then discard this card. I'm wondering how this will work. Okay, good. Peasant's Son. Let's see what this does.
The shadow folk appear to have found your trail.
You follow frenzied rumors of vampires and werebeasts to a derelict farm deep in the lowlands. A thin farmer tilling the rocky soil looks up in desperate hope at your approach. Please, our little Timos was taken by a monster with bloody claws and gleaming eyes. They came through the walls. He points a shaking finger at the hills. Sure enough, you find the boy huddled at the back of a menacing cave. As you draw near, hulking cloaked figures emerge from the shadows to surround you. No, first time against shadow beasts. Hero, we knew you would take this simple bait. Now, relinquish your power. You draw your weapon. Shadows can counterattack. Light weapons are recommended. Don't really have the best of light weapons, but so be it. Shadow Disciple. Few humans have seen a shadow beast and lived to tell the tale. Disciples can induce blood madness, allowing them to cause high damage. Attack them to interrupt their incantations.
By sea and sun, fated fame!
save them as few as I can, so I know when that's happening. And that was a waste of a special.
That helps.
No, you don't. I was really hoping to get your friend that was close to death. No, 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 no. Okay. Weeping, the peasant falls to embrace his son. Thank the gods, Timos. Thank the gods. I get the feeling we might have skipped something here. Whatever. The small family gathers a dusty bundle of what they can in gratitude. Alright, not bad. Fallen treasure. Not bad. Estrella leads you to the archives and whispers. After the blade was stolen, they moved it down here. Such overconfidence, Malakalypse says, searching for the sword. So many fiendish ways they could have hidden it, yet it sits here among the dusty scripts and moth-eaten relics. It's almost as if they didn't expect a 5-person suicide mission to break in through the sewers and attempt an assassination on the Emperor himself, says Ariadne. This is a fine blade, Kolbjorn mutters, drawing the sword from a crate. Ragnar's cursed blade. Nemesis. One random enemy in every combat inflicts double damage. Yay. Strange, though, that I'm not losing any equipment. I mean, I'm gaining curses. Okay, we are free of the patrolling guards. Harvest Blade. Not really worth it at this point. Drax Ring. What do we got? Undisciplined. Every individual enemy inflicts 200% damage the first time they hit anyone in combat. Oh boy. Alright, got any good? Nope. 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 Let's see, I've got tons of gold. Let's see if there's any good equipment I can trade for. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna need the extra defense. Yes, the movement speed reduces things for me, but... eh. Okay, now you're going to want to make sure you are at maximum health. Because trust me, you are going to need it. Let's see, as for equipment, I'm going to stick with the Dazzling Blade, Wooden Shield, Armor of Gluttony, and Frontier Barbet, Empire's Burden, because, well, it's the only artifact, and it will be useful for us.
And so the final door between you and the Emperor is before you.
You arrive at the door to the Emperor's chamber.
What surprises still lie before you?
With all your might, you force the oversized metal doors apart. Air hisses into the room as you crack the stubborn seal. The chamber that awaits is vast, its outer reaches lost in the cold and gloom. You remind yourself that not so long ago you stood in this room as the Empire's agent. Now, you intend its execution. Malakalypse strides forward, purposely exclaiming, "Is this it? I was expecting a welcome party of 100 armed guards. I've been working on a spell that would have blown them into 1,000 pieces. Or 1,000 frogs. Who can remember?" Kolbjorn kneels and examines the ground, swiping his finger along the dusty floor. "This is no throne room. This is a tomb." Estrella strides into the room. "It is time to make amends," she says through gritted teeth. You catch Ariadne admiring the metalwork on the doors. "Sorry," she says, shifting her hammer from hand to hand. "Once a blacksmith, always a blacksmith." From the darkness you hear a throat cleared with calculated intent, and the group snaps to attention. You enter the chamber in search of the noise's source. "It has been so long since I last entertained guests. The voice of the Emperor has a cadence of a closing coffin. I feel obliged to tell you, many assassins have attempted what you are undertaking, and as my presence attests, none have prevailed. My body may lack the vigor of its youth, but that matters little. My guards will dispense with the lot of you. Funny thing about subordinates, they have a habit of being a bit temperamental. I should know. I've failed as one my entire life." In the pitch black you hear a ruffling as the Emperor strains to look for his royal guard. You press on into the chamber and spy the Emperor perched atop his throne. His frail body is clad in armor, spoiled with faded majesty. While entertaining your hubris has become tiresome. The geniality has left the Emperor's voice. His pale face rests lopsided on his shoulder, as if he lacks the strength to lift it. "I am Emperor Alec, fourth of my line and sovereign protector of the realm. Among coarser company, I am Alec the Bloody, Scale Breaker, and Mage Scourge. After all that, you believe you could kill me? A petty mercenary leading a broken mage, a disavowed barbarian, a treacherous officer, and a blacksmith?" the Emperor scoffs.
A death that sets in motion every moment to come. A death that leads you inevitably here.
The Emperor's throne sits atop a massive marble dais. Your target waits patiently, 5 steps away. Malakalypse climbs the first step, and the rest of the party follows suit. "Of course, Your Excellency, we will have protected oneself from mortal threats such as blades." Kolbjorn flings one of his blades at the Emperor. Sharp and keening, it slices through the air and bounces off his armor with a sizzle that suggests magical protection. Malakalypse climbs the next step, and from gunfire. Estrella raises her pistol and fires at the Emperor's heart. He flinches, but remains unharmed. And of course, the petty tricks of a mage such as I, Malakalypse takes a third step and unleashes a volley of magic missiles. The sorceress bolts fizzle and dissipate against the Emperor, who heaves a deep, tired sigh. "Enough of your nuisance." Malakalypse raises a finger to interrupt, stepping ever closer. Of course, any blade powerful enough to wound you would have found and locked away, hidden and safe. In fact, you'd have kept it right here in the palace, would you not, to ensure no one could ever study it, or understand its true power? If it was ever stolen by thieves, you'd have hired armies of mercenaries to scour the lands for its return, surely. The party reaches the top of the stairs and approaches the throne. Ariadne draws the sacred sword, and the Emperor's eyes grow wide with fear. The old man searches desperately for an escape as you and your 4 companions gather around him. Malakalypse presses the tip of the sword to the Emperor's heart. "For the people you hunted like animals." Kolbjorn joins his hand on the blade. "For the families torn apart." Estrella grasps the pommel of the blade. "For the good people you corrupted." Ariadne's large fist encompasses the blade's grip. "For the devastation you rained upon the helpless." As one, you thrust the blade at the Emperor's heart. The extra relics you've gathered have increased the blade's power. Gain 2 bonus dice. Yeah, we gain a lot of dice, but our target is 50. Chances are, even with a perfect roll, we aren't going to get it. Because, let's see. Let's see, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, yeah. Dark energies from the Emperor's arcane shields course through you. The dealer reduces the dice gambit target by 19. So even if you're not going to get it the first time, it's probably best to get it as high as possible to reduce that target. It's a good thing we don't have brittle bones anymore. Ugh. Even now with a perfect roll, we're still not going to get it. I don't think. Let's see. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. No. Pain surges up your arm from the blade. Thankfully, it's only 5 life per failure. Hey guys, think we're gonna get it this time? I don't know. Could roll all ones. Sparks fly as the blade pierces the Emperor's magical barrier and plunges into his chest. A burst of white light temporarily blinds you. A horrible screaming echoes around the throne room, and then it is all over. The white light fades. The noise and pyrotechnics have alerted the guards to your presence. They gasp at the sight of their Emperor's limp corpse, a sword buried deep in his sunken chest. We just double check. Yes, 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 and yes. Good. The Emperor! A knight shouts behind him. Toll the bell! They have killed the Emperor! Where were you guys to try and stop us? Now, thankfully in this fight, we are not alone. As a matter of fact, all of our companions join us in this fight. Royal Guard, a wall of steel to protect the Emperor. Well, they did their job splendidly. Heavily armored, a knight can easily turn the tide of battle. Use Bash to break their armor. Yes, you're going to want to use Ariadne's ability and Bash to get the armor off of all of them as fast as possible so that your companions can attack them.
I kill emperors. You don't scare me. I hope this works.
Oh, there she is. Alright, one last guy that's still wearing armor right over there. Oh, jeez. Try not to get killed now. Okay, good. Now let's take these guys out one at a time. Yeah, surprisingly they're not that tough without their armor. Careful to not get cocky and kill. Especially considering some of the cursing I've got to deal with. Whew. Okay, not gonna lie, I cut that a little bit close. But we came through it all right. With the Emperor dead, you expected to feel triumphant, yet now you feel nothing but dread. You see the same realization dawning on your companions' faces. Nothing will change. The voice of the hermit rings forth once more. These cards were played before your arrival, your fate determined well in advance. Yet soon you will reach a place beyond even my ken. Find the dealer. Learn his game, and you may yet change the course of this land. Now, run! Yes, it is not over yet.
So the Emperor lies dead, but what now changes? The game is still afoot, and time ticks on unceasing.
For defeating the Emperor, we gain the Brilliant Blade and the King's Crown. We also gain Soul Gem added to our supplies, and Town of Corruption. For gaining the strength of all 4 relics to defeat the Emperor, we get the Knight's Helm. With that, we have defeated...
So your story winds to a close. The serpent meets his own tail, and we will soon come face to face with the usurper. Are you prepared? It almost matters not now.
With that, we have defeated the sun with golden marks. Up next is Judgment, but even then, still more remains in the world. Oh boy. Something tells me this one might take some episodes to defeat. But with that, we have come to an end for this episode of Hand of Fate 2. If you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content. Don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notifications for when I upload, or to hit the straw poll link to vote for our next Let's Play. And please, leave a comment down below this video. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.